dear students. Welcome to English Ambition, and I'm Kakuli, as you know by now, your guide and your mentor. Let me introduce myself for the new subscribers. I am a teacher by passion, by profession, with over 12 years of experience. Not only that, I'm also a regular examiner of class 12 CBSE board examination. So you can understand that I will not only be teaching you the chapters, but also I will give you very important tips and tell you the tricks so that you get very good marks in the class 12 exam. Okay, and today we are doing a very interesting chapter called Keeping Quiet by Pablo Neruda. Pablo Neruda was a very eminent poet. He was a Nobel laureate, means उनको Nobel Prize मिला था literature के लिए. But what is the most beautiful thing about this poem is, this poem was written years back. But ऐसा लगता है कि जैसे कि poet ने अभी लिखा हो. क्यों? क्योंकि the situations that he describes, the problems that he talks about, the solution that he gives seems to be जैसे कि बिल्कुल अभी के लिए है. It is so relevant, so significant for today's world. Okay, what does he say over here? He says, in today's world, we are all very busy, isn't it? We are all into a competition. You as students are into a competition. The professionals are in their own competition. Look at the countries, they are fighting their own wars and battles. As a result, what is happening? Number one, we are losing our health and peace of mind. Number two, we are destroying nature because we are all running after money and we don't care about anything else other than the financial benefits. Okay, so we are destroying nature. Number three, we are indulging in violence, okay, in war and waging war with each other. So, what does the poet advise us to do? He tells us that keep quiet for some time. Introspect, very important word. Children, you have to understand this word. You have to use this word. Introspect का क्या मतलब है? We have to delve deep into our mind and think कि ये जो हम काम कर रहे हैं, whatever work we are doing, is it beneficial for everybody in the long run? Is it beneficial for me, for nature, for the entire world or not? And the poet says, ऐसे breaks हमको लेना चाहिए. We must think and we have to be quiet time to time. Think, analyze and introspect. Then whatever we do, it will be for the benefit of everybody, for the whole world, including ourselves. And then only we will be able to establish peace in the world. So the theme of the poem, two things we can say. Number one, what we can say, first thing, introspection, self-introspection. And number two, we can say establishing peace in the world. Peace, harmony, universal brotherhood, all these words we can use. Okay, so without further delay, let's begin our poem. And all of you, I want to please take out your books, underline so that you don't miss any word. Believe me, the way I will do the poem, not a single question for you will be, unanswerable in your question papers. But for that, you have to follow the book and view the entire video. So let's begin. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. The poet says, let's count till 12. Why 12? Okay, he doesn't say 12 second, hour, minute, nothing, 12. Now 12, if you understand, is a very important number in the frame of time, isn't it? We have 12 hours in that face of the clock. We have 12 months. We have 12 zodiac signs. So 12 is a very significant number. So what does it signify over here? What does it denote over here? A time frame. Next, what he says, we will keep still. We will keep quiet and we will introspect. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. So on the surface of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Here, two things I will tell you. First of all, on the face of the earth is personification. Personification, what kind of figure of speech it is? When an inanimate object is treated as an animate object, as if it is alive. So earth is, we know, देखा जाए तो it is an inanimate object. Okay, so when we say that on the face of the earth, we are treating it as if it is a living thing. So this is personification. We mean on the surface of the earth. Let's not talk in any language. Let's be quiet and calm and introspect. Second thing, why not in any language? Very important question over here. Because children, language creates discrimination. Language creates barriers. Okay, I speak a different language, you speak a different language. तो एक भेदभाव हो जाता है, differentiation हो जाता है, ठीक है? So and moreover we fight also when we talk. So let's be calm and quiet and let's not speak. Let's only introspect. This is what the poet wants us to do. Next. Let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. He says, let's not indulge in any kind of work. Then you cannot introspect. Shanti se baithiye and sochiye. Think that what you are doing, is it right or wrong? Here again something very important is there. One word if you can identify, arms. Arms, it is a figure of speech again called pun. P-U-N, pun. What does it mean? See, arms over here first of all means arms, हमारे हाथ पैर, क्योंकि वो चाहते हैं कि हम कुछ काम ना करें, शांति से बैठे. Number 2, he wants that we should not indulge in any kind of violence, in any kind of war. So arms here refers to weapons, arms and ammunitions. Is it okay? Now let's move on to the next stanza. It would be an exotic moment. Without rush, without engines, we would all be together in a sudden strangeness. What does the poet say over here? He's saying when the whole world will be quiet, introspecting and not indulging in any kind of war, it would be an amazing moment. Exotic means what? Unusual, extraordinary, unique. And we know very well how it is like when the whole world's come to a standstill. We have experienced this in these 1 or 2 years. Okay, so it was all an amazing experience, a very unique experience, isn't it? An extraordinary experience. That is exactly what the poet wants to say, that all of us will be together in silence, in a very strange silence. ऐसे अजीब सा जो पहले कभी महसूस नहीं किया, जो पहले कभी नहीं हुआ. Okay, now let's move on. Fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales, and the man gathering salt would look at his hurt hands. Very important again for question. Fishermen in the cold sea means the people who hunt animals. Okay, the fishermen who kill fishes, who hunt whales, they will also not do anything because nobody is doing anything. Everybody has stopped their work and everybody is contemplating, everybody is introspecting. So the fishermen will not do anything. A very important question over here. What do these fishermen symbolize? Now fishermen doesn't only alone means fishermen. They symbolize all those people who exploit nature. Okay, all those people, it can be the hunters, it can be the poachers. So whoever it is who destroy nature, who exploit nature, वो सबको represent करने के लिए poet ने fisherman का term use किया है. So there will be harmony between man and nature because nobody will harm or destroy nature. Okay? Next, the poet says that the salt gatherers will also be able to take care of their hurt hands. Now, who are the salt gatherers? The people who work in the salt factory. What happens because of chlorine in salt? The salt gatherers, they hurt their hands become red. But poor people, are they able to take care of their hands? No. In the similar manner, all the common men are so busy with their daily work, their daily schedule, that we don't get time to take care of ourselves. So the poet says that common men will also get some time to heal their wounds, to take care of themselves. Okay, now we move to a very, very important part. Those who prepare green war, 3 types of war, and very important, very probable question. Number 1, green war. Number 2, war with gases. And number 3, wars with fire. Now the poet says those people who indulge in these types of wars, green war का क्या मतलब है? The people who destroy nature, okay, cut the forests. So that is green war. Number 2, war with gas means the nuclear weapons, the people who use nuclear weapons to wage war against each other. Number 3, firearms. Firearms का क्या मतलब है? Normal arms and ammunitions. Okay. Now what will happen? ये जो सारे लोग हैं जो किसी ना किसी वे में नेचर को हार्म कर रहे हैं, या तो they are waging war against each other. What will they do? The poet says, if we stop fighting with each other, then what will happen? We will not be enemies any longer, and the whole world will be tied in a bond of universal brotherhood. And that is exactly what the poet wants. Okay, now there is a very important line over here, children. The 3rd line, victory with no survivor. Very, very important line. And again, a paradox. Now, what is a paradox? A paradox is a figure of speech जहां पे ऐसा लगता है शुरू में कि as if two impossible words or situations are put side by side. ऐसा तो हो ही नहीं सकता. Okay, so the poet says victory with no survivor. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है कि victory भी है, कोई survivor भी नहीं है? ऐसा हो सकता है क्या? Now the poet says हाँ, ऐसा होगा कभी ना कभी. So it's a warning put forward by the poet. What he wants to say is that the way we are fighting with each other, a day would come when there will be nobody alive to celebrate the victory. So he wants to give us a warning that stop fighting, stop waging war, and embrace the world in universal harmony and brotherhood. Okay, that is what he is saying. One more term is here, clean clothes. Okay, he says everybody will wear clean clothes. इसका क्या मतलब है? हम लोग सिर्फ अच्छे से कपड़े धो के पहन लेंगे? नहीं, ऐसे बिल्कुल नहीं है. ये है कि clean clothes means what? If we are not fighting with each other, then our clothes will not have stains of blood. That means we will adopt a clean character, a clean persona, a persona that radiates with peace, okay, and harmony. We will become people, we will become, human beings who are filled with peace and harmony, and we will give up war and we will give up violence. Okay, that means that clean clothes. And everybody will be brothers. That's given over here. Now we move on to the next stanza. What I want should not be confused with total inactivity. Now the poet says over here, don't think that I want all of you to be completely inactive. ऐसा नहीं है. मुझे ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं बोलना है. Life is all about what it is. Means life is about action. What I want is बीच-बीच में ऐसे छोटे-छोटे breaks ले लीजिए and introspect and think what you are doing, it is right or is it wrong. I don't want complete inactivity. Complete inactivity is like death. And I want no truck with death. It is an idiom. It means I have no association with death. I don't want death, क्योंकि complete inactivity is equivalent to death only. Now he says, if we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving, if we were not so single-minded means focused, एक ही चीज हम लोग सोचते रहते हैं कि how to win this competition, सबके लाइफ में कुछ ना कुछ competition है, so we are all engrossed in that, and as a result, what's happening? We are not taking care of ourselves. We are losing health. We are destroying nature. And to have some selfish benefit, we are also waging war and violence against each other. Okay, so he says that if we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing, ऐसे अगर बीच बीच में हम लोग ऐसे शांति से बैठ जाए, इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करें और कुछ भी नहीं करें, then ये जो huge silence है हमारे लाइफ में बीच बीच का, that will not allow us to become sad. A very important question again. Why are human beings sad? What makes human beings feel sorrow and sadness? Answer is given in the book only. The sadness of never understanding ourselves. Why do we become sad sometimes? ऐसा लगता होगा कभी कभी कि यार हमने क्या किया लाइफ में, हमको पेंटिंग करना था हमने वो भी नहीं किया, हमको म्यूजिक पसंद था हमने वो भी परस्यू नहीं किया, किसी को डांस करना बहुत पसंद था बट बाद में लगेगा अरे हमने वो भी नहीं किया, सिर्फ वी वर इनटू अ कंपटीशन, वी वर रनिंग आफ्टर मनी एंड नाउ एट द एंड ऑफ माय लाइफ आई फील आई एम नॉट हैप्पी. So the poet is saying ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं होने देना है और क्या करना है, बीच बीच में let us take break. Let's understand what our heart wants, what is beneficial for us only not now, what is beneficial for us in the long run, how we are destroying nature, वो नहीं करना है, how we are waging war with each other just for some power, for gaining some more power, वो बिल्कुल नहीं करना है. Okay, this is what he is saying. And of threatening ourselves with death. ये very important again, the question can come, how are we threatening ourselves with death? Listen to this very carefully. Okay, see, very simple. We are not taking care of ourselves. That I'm explaining again and again. So definitely if you're not taking care of yourselves, you are inviting death. It can be some psychological trauma. It can be some physical problem. Okay, so we are inviting death. Number two, if we are not taking care of nature, then definitely we are inviting death, because if you are destroying nature, you will eventually be destroyed. Thirdly, we know that also that if you are fighting with each other, if you are waging war with each other, हो सकता है आज आप जीत गए बट अगली बार शायद आप नहीं जीतेंगे. वही हो गया विक्ट्री विथ नो सर्वाइवर. ओके, इवन इफ यू विन, मे बी देयर विल बी नोबडी टू एंजॉय, टू सेलिब्रेट द विक्ट्री. सो इन ऑल मैनर वी आर ओनली इनवाइटिंग डेथ. ओके, एंड द पीपल हु हैव सर्वाइव्ड 20 and 21, I think they understand this prediction of the poet so well. This is the reason these poets are so great. Okay, they can predict the future so beautifully, isn't it? Let's move forward. Perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. Again, a very important question. ये मत सोचना मैम तो हर पार्ट को important बोलते हैं. अब क्या करूँ? These are the points that always come in your examination, so I have to, remind you or draw your attention towards. Now the question that will come, it is very much there in the book also. If it is, you can, those of you have the book. Question number 4. What symbol from nature does the poet invoke to say there can be life under apparent stillness? We have to say the poet invokes nature or earth from nature to say that there can be life under death. What does it mean? It means that, see, in winter, the earth seems to be completely dry, the leaves have fallen and everything has withered. ऐसा लगता है कि जैसे दुनिया खत्म ही ना हो जाए. Especially in the western countries, it is completely dry and cold and frigid. But what is the season that comes after winter? It is spring, and we all know spring is such a lovely season. There is blooming flowers and fruits. That means what? Under the surface of the earth, बाहर से हमको लग रहा था कि कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, there is no germination, there is no blooming. But inside, under the surface of the earth, there is constant blooming and rejuvenation. Now, we can draw a beautiful parallelism with nature, with our own lives. How? Just as Mother Nature blooms after taking a short temporary break during winter, similarly the poet says, if we take such short breaks and analyze, do a soul searching about our life, the next phase, जो अगला phase आएगा हमारे life में, that can be very, very prosperous, happy and fruitful. Okay, this is what we learn from Mother Nature, and this is what the poet tries to impart. Okay, now the poem almost comes to the end. So the poet says, मुझे जो बोलना था मैंने तो बोल दिया. Now you count 12 and I am going. I will go. You keep quiet, you introspect, and I will leave. Okay, so with this, the poem comes to an end. Now, as I always do, I will tell you the very, very important questions which I have already told you, but still a quick recap of the important questions that can come. The first question that comes to my mind is the title. Okay, what is the title and what does the poet want us to achieve? What does he want us to achieve? That क्यों keeping quiet करना है? Why should we keep quiet? What will we achieve? We will achieve three things. Number one, we will achieve peace with our own selves. We will establish harmony with nature, and also we will establish harmony with the world, with the people around us. Okay, so this is the first thing. Number two is face of the earth, personification we remember. Next, why should we not speak in any language? Language creates barriers. Next is arms. It is a pun. Why is it called exotic? Because it would be a unique moment, an extraordinary moment which we have never experienced earlier, when there is no rush, no engine, everything has come to a standstill. Next, what do the fishermen signify? They signify all those people who destroy nature. Okay, next, the three types of war. Very important question. Three types of war, I have told you already. Next is, what do you mean by clean clothes? Clean clothes means our clothes will be untarnished with the blood of our fellow beings. Children, one more thing I would like to tell over here. You may feel that, अरे मैम हिंदी में क्यों नहीं पूरा बोल रही? मैं हिंदी में इसलिए पूरा नहीं बोल रही हूँ बच्चे, because you will understand but you will not be able to write. है ना, आपको लिखना तो इंग्लिश में ही है. So मैं हिंदी के साथ साथ इंग्लिश में इसलिए बोल रही हूँ so that you can write. नहीं तो आप समझ तो जाएंगे but लिख नहीं पाएंगे, which is obviously more important, isn't it? So, and victory with no survivor, it's a paradox. Figure of speech I've told you. Okay, very important question. Next, sadness. What makes human beings sad? Because we have never understood ourselves and we have threatened ourselves with death. And again, one more most important question is, which I've already told you, what figure of nature does the poet draw, and why we have to talk about Mother Earth and how we can also, adopt that philosophy in our lives to achieve success. Okay, so with this we come to the end of this beautiful poem. I hope all of you have liked it. So like my video, and those of you who have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe my channel and get the benefit of being taught by a very, very experienced and veteran teacher and an examiner. Okay, so see you in my next video. Happy viewing.